So just to be clear, there's not going to be any negotiation at this meeting. This is just going to be you and Thune and Trump telling Jeffries and Schumer, we're not giving you anything.
Look, I'm not going to get in front of the president and tell you what he will do, but I've talked with him, a couple of times, even yesterday. And I'm telling you where his head is. He wants to bring in the leaders to come in and act like leaders and do the right thing for the American people. It's fine to have partisan debates and squabbles, but you don't hold the people hostage for their services to allow yourself political cover. And that's what Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are doing right now.
Yeah, I don't want to say what the president's going to do because I don't know and he doesn't know and he won't know a second before he does it. But basically, it's okay to have partisan politics, but not with a government shutdown, which is why, and I'm reverting back to me now, Mike Johnson has never once threatened a shutdown. He's never supported a shutdown, and any evidence to the contrary you find online is a deep fake, okay, put online by Antifa. But anyway, no, this is just the same sort of just constant lies, constant hypocrisy from Mike Johnson. But the part of the lies and hypocrisy that I sort of enjoy is if we can remind everyone, let's put up this long ass True Social post that Donald Trump put up a couple days ago saying he's not going to give in at all to the Democrats because blah, blah, something transgender for everybody. Grandpa was falling apart when he typed that. But basically, I'm a big, strong boy and I'm not giving them anything. And yet now they are meeting. Now, I suppose they could just meet to tell Chuck Schumer to kick rocks. That sounds kind of fun, honestly. I hope to do that someday. But that would mostly be a waste of time. I feel like you meet up when you are now a little bit more worried that we've gotten closer. We're 2 days away from the government shutting down. So yes, it's great to act like you're an alpha, a week before, but now you really don't want it to shut down. So maybe you're gonna give in a little bit. And so Mike Johnson will be there, John Thune, as they said, the Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. And Trump will probably come in and JD Vance will occasionally peek out from between Trump's legs to yell at them or something pathetic, I don't know. But they're still all implying on the right that they're not gonna give it anything substantial. And I hope that Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries force them to. I will say, JR, if I could send in any two champions, I would have to go through hundreds before I ever got to Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. There is every reason to believe that that meeting ends with more cuts to Medicaid. You think I'm joking? It's possible.
Isn't it weird?
What do you think?
But yeah, isn't it weird how, of all the talk about where the problems and the holes are in the Democratic Party, we're never talking about the direct leadership. They continue to do the same thing, like say one thing and then do nothing after they say it. It's just political rhetoric and then they don't do anything afterwards. Maybe this is why he's inviting them in. It's gonna be like, a fun show. They probably have JD Vance will be standing there as he's kneeling with the hidden camera out to be like, look at what we said to these guys. It's probably one of those things where we're gonna kick him out just like we did Zelensky. It's definitely for some level of show, but I remember when political parties and leaders would have to try and prove that they're leaders. Mike Johnson said, leaders should be leaders. Says the guy who can't say anything until Donald Trump feeds it to him, and then he can regurgitate it back out. Leaders, bro? What original thought has Mike Johnson had ever since he called himself Moses and he's supposed to come in and take over and bring Christianity into the house? So he needs to stop talking about leadership and leaders. But the thing I think they're trying to now find through this meeting is to claim how rigid these Democrats are. When before they're having the meeting, they're talking about how they're completely rigid and they're not gonna do anything. There used to be a time when you would say that and that gets you bad press. That gets people to say, I wouldn't support these guys. Aren't we supposed to be working together in a bipartisan nature? Bipartisanship used to be one of those good words that they claimed the opponent isn't taking part in. Now it's, if you consider yourself bipartisan, you have to be a Democrat. Other than that, Republicans give middle fingers and say, you're gonna do as I say. And for some reason that keeps working. When are these guys, not Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer, gonna say, these losers are gonna stop trying to jerk this country around? It's not about Democrats and Republicans, they're jerking the entire country around. Somebody's gotta get some kind of guts and bring up the energy and the anger that so many Americans have and stop letting these guys walk around and talk about how they have some kind of mandate on American people. I don't have much optimism for the results.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that. And I agree with every point you made. But while I am not generally in favor of censorship here, no more rigid. We can't have any more rigid here on the show. But anyway, yeah, no, metaphorically, in terms of like political strength, they're the least rigid men we have in government, I think. Look, I hope that they get something. Supposedly, they're gonna push graphic 3, they're gonna push for ACA insurance subsidies to be extended permanently. Okay, maybe. We'll see. Mike Johnson says, yeah, no, we're operating in good faith on that. And we're gonna figure that out before the end of the year, but not now. Not now. All we're trying to do is fund the government right now. You know, like when we need your support and you could potentially get something. Let's not do it then. Let's do it in December when I don't care what happens and I won't give in at all. Let's do it then. My God, if Chuck Schumer ends this thing and gets nothing, AOC should announce she's running against him that day. Like just announce it, like, and she would be at 99% approval. I cannot believe that they are our defenders. Just send in Mamdani. I understand he's not in charge of the Democrats or whatever, but it would trigger Trump so much at this point. And Jasmine Crockett, send in those two.